What's up guys, I'm Sam. Today we're going to talk about some drifting terminology. If you like drifting, like this video, share it, especially comment down below. I love drifting. The more we can do stuff on this, the less it feels like work, because I love this job and this is super fun to do. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with some terms. The first one, I want to start with this clutch kick. That's, I think, one of the most common terms. Everyone's like, just clutch kick, clutch kick, clutch kick, but what is it? So a clutch kick, say if your foot or accelerator all the way down to the floor, you're going through a turn and you got to keep those RPMs up to keep, the loss of traction going, maintain a drift, especially popular in lower powered cars like a KA240. So when you clutch kick, you basically have your foot on the clutch, you already got the gas all the way down, you hit that clutch down and let it go. You're essentially kind of like a kicking motion that you're doing with it. It's not great for the car, but it'll help lower powered cars stay in drift or help initiate, whatever the case is. All right, next term is entry or initiation. So that's where you actually start your turn or start the drift. It's kind of a key point because you can start further back or up close, and in competitions, you have to have a certain spot where you enter. Also in an entry or initiation, it can be the style of entry or initiation. If you're doing like an e-brake pull, a clutch kick like we just mentioned, or like an inertia drift for your entry or initiation. The next term we're going to talk about is called a manji. So what a manji is, say you're getting out of a corner and the next corner is a ways away and there's a straight between the two corners. So what you do is kind of swerve between the two. So if you're coming out of a right-hand corner, you kind of swing it left a little bit, then you swing it back right to get in the corner. So you're linking those two corners with kind of a fluid motion. That's called a manji. It's something that some people like to do. Personally, I think it's cooler, straighten up, just go hella fast and throw a big entry into that next corner. All right, how about a wall tap or a wall ride? So what a wall tap is, you come up to a wall, you take your back bumper and you just kind of graze it. Nice little tap. You're not caving your quarter panel in or caving your bumper in, but you got a little paint missing. You can see the little where the wall was, kind of like a badge of honor. That's what a wall tap is. And a wall ride is very similar to a wall tap, but you're kind of riding the wall a little longer. An example of that would be what they're doing over at Meihan in Japan, that crazy wall ride from that corner. Weight jacking, so what is that? Kind of a little fancier term here. You'll hear more of competition settings, but weight jacking is essentially being able to load up parts of the car with weight. Really popular to get rear grip is for the weight jacking. Transfer a lot of that weight and grip to the rear of the car, and you'll see the front end kind of pick up, even lift some tires. It's really popular in Formula Drift and those RTR Mustangs that you see out there. All right, so an angle kit is another popular thing people say. Is like, yo, dude, I got this sick angle kit on my car. It gives me so much angle. Well, what is that? An angle kit is essentially a bunch of different parts, like this cut and welded knuckle I got from Heatmaker for my IS300, that allow you to get more steering angle on your car. So the more steering angle that you have, the harder you can essentially throw it into a turn without spinning out or washing out the car. Now, angle kits have a bunch of different varieties. Some are really complicated and others are just a bolt-on set of knuckles or an adapter. Either way, they just allow you to get more angle with your car. Welded diff. What in the world is a welded diff? You hear a lot of guys go, yo bro, I'm on a welded, it's sick. And you hear them like chirping in and out of parking spots. What a welded diff is you have a set of gears in your differential and the gears are essentially welded together. It's gonna force the rear wheels to move at the same speed at the same time. You're not gonna get a one-wheel peel and do a sick burnout. And for drifting, it allows you to put that power down to the ground. There are other options from welded diffs, but most commonly in grassroots drifting, you'll hear someone say the welded diff. There are other options like a 1.5 way or a 2-way diff and other LSD options. Angle. What in the world does angle mean? I've probably said it a few times in this video, but what angle means when it comes to the car is how much angle do you have in the turn. So essentially how sideways are you going through that turn? So more sideways, more angle. Less sideways, less angle. And angle and how much angle you throw into a turn, it has kind of different styles of drifting. Some OG Japanese styles of drifting is more akin to less angle and you're going through the turns faster, hitting those apexes. More of American style of drifting is super high horsepower, throwing a ton of angle and just a ton of tire smoke, but you're not really moving through that turn as fast. I feel like, oh my God. Whoa! Next term is flick. So you hear guys at the track say, yo, you really flicked into that corner really hard. You're kind of like, all right, what does that mean? It's kind of self-explanatory. It's really just throwing it into the corner and getting that car to angle really fast. It's really snappy. You'll see someone throw the wheel, they're flicking in the corner. I know I'm kind of using the term in the definition here, but it's getting in the car to angle really fast, and it looks really cool when you do that really fast. Another kind of term kind of used with it is a feint entry. So that's your kind of turning left to turn right. So you go left, transfer the weight, and someone flicks it to the right. That weight transfer really helps flick a car into a corner faster. All right, next term is the touge. So you hear this term a lot when someone's talking about initial D or some JDM. The touge is really essentially mountain roads in Japan where drifting really got started in the roots on the streets. Really winding roads where the style of drifting lends itself to driving fast through those corners.
It smells like grass.
All right, The next term, little weird one too, but sanpatsu. What does that mean? It essentially means 3 movements. So it's a style of drifting where if you're going straight and you got to enter a turn, you kind of do multiple movements, 3 movements to get into that turn. So if it's a left turn you end up taking and you're starting out straight, you go left, right, and then back left again. It's kind of like a street style of drifting in Japan. That's where it originated. It's super fun to do. It's kind of crazy, but it's another way to get a high speed entry and super exciting to watch. Style is something really important with drifting and a term I want to go over as well, because style can have really 2 meanings. The style that you drive your car, so kind of like how you're driving, the driving style. So big angle, lots of smoke to, shallow angle, lots of speed, all the way to your car, how your car looks, how you style your car. You go with candy paint, big kit, big wing, ultra low, chrome wheels. It's all up to the individual, and it's the coolest part of drifting in my opinion, because any style can look sick as long as it's well executed. All right, so those are the drifting terms I want to go through with you guys today. If you have some questions, ask them down below. I'm gonna jump into those comments and get those answered myself. This is something super fun to do. I just want to do more drifting content. Hope you guys enjoy it. Appreciate you watching. I'm Sam. Thanks. Peace. Oh yeah. Peace. Oh.